SAT math question. This question particularly is more of reversing the strategy to check your understanding level. SAT do that more often. Let me read it. So they say by the end of 9 hours after the initial observation, there were some amount of viruses per microliter. Got it? Now the number of viruses per microliter triples every 3 hours. That's the context and that's the hint. We need to figure out how many viruses per microliter were there after the time of the initial observation. Okay, so we know the expression for finding the exponential growth or decay, that is y equals to initial amount and the constant change with respect to how much of change often. The how much of change and with what the change is happening is what we need to figure out so that we can find what was the initial amount in this given context. So you don't really need to make use of this formula because it's super clear because the numbers are easier to understand. For 9 hours, this much of viruses. And they say for every 3 hours, whatever the virus count, it triples. If you go back 3 times, that means get the final value, which is 5.4 million. If you divide it by 3, you got one step behind. And if you do the same thing for the solution, again you're getting one step behind and behind. When you do it for 3 times, instead of doing by 3, just do it with 27. That will gonna give you the solution. That's your initial amount because that says at 0 hours, whatever the value is what your initial value. But with a more context, have a look at this thing. If 3 hours triples, so what is the constant thing here? Triples, no matter what. For every 3 hours, it triples. So let me write down y equals to initial amount. Triples is the constant change. So triples means multiplied with 3. How often it changes? For 3 hours. For every 3 hours. But we spent already 9 hours. Let me divide it by 3 so that it will gonna give me how many times that 3 hours set happened. In 9 hours, we spent 3 hours 3 times. So now the final amount is 54000 equals to initial amount. And now this is gonna be 3 raised to the power 3, which is again a equals to 54 divided by 27. This is gonna give me around 200,000. So that's what my solution, which is my initial value. You're gonna get the same thing if you do it right here, but going through the confirmation would be better. So the answer is 200,000. Let me just cross check it. Let me see. Yeah, that's how you get it. And even you can see the open explanation right here, and you're gonna get a better context about how this problem being solved. If this sounds easy and you're looking for a better understanding over the theory and the Desmos to attend SAT with a confidential one, then I have few slots open for my community where I'll be offering weekly sessions and clearing all your doubts and questions, where you can get a personalized help from me. You can check out the link in my descriptions. And yeah, if you're attending this March SAT, this would be really helpful for you. And yeah, thank you so much for watching my video, and I'll see you soon.